NVIDIA research breakthrough, the model called Eureka that puts a new spin on robotic learning. NVIDIA has released their paper detailing Eureka, a novel algorithm for designing human-level reward systems using large language models for complex, low-level manipulation tasks. For example, pen spinning. It's actually very good at pen spinning, which is interesting to see. NVIDIA utilized GPT-4 to perform evolutionary optimization over reward code without any task-specific prompting or predefined reward templates. Eureka actually designs the reward templates for evolutionary optimization. And in terms of results, in 29 open source reinforcement learning environments, Eureka outperforms human experts. This is human machine learning experts performing evolutionary optimization manually. Eureka outperforms these in 83% of tasks, showing an average normalized improvement of 50% on these 29 open source reinforcement learning environments. I think something important to note when you see videos here of things that it's learned is that this is entirely a simulated project, right? So it's only simulated robotics through NVIDIA's Isaac Gym, which is a physics simulation reference application. There are no physical robots performing any of the actions that you see. At the same time, virtual simulations of physical environments are becoming more and more important in the training process for robotics models, given as it is much faster and cheaper to train a model based on a simulation where you can run simulations at high speeds and you can run many parallel simulations as well. You can easily duplicate your simulation environment. You don't need to actually physically construct another simulation environment. In terms of learning complex skills, these simulation environments are becoming more and more critical in the field of robotics. And this is a really fascinating implementation or use of large language models and specific templating to large language models to design reward algorithms and to an extent automate the optimization and training of robotics tasks. We're seeing more and more use of language models and vision models in the training of robotics. And it's fascinating to see the improvements in the LLM space begin to propagate out to the other fields of machine learning. Next up is a new chip architecture from IBM, AI-specific chip architecture with the goal of higher energy efficiencies. IBM Research has unveiled NorthPole, their new AI chip prototype goal to enhance AI efficiency and energy and speed. So breaking away from their previous architectures, NorthPole houses all of its memory on chip, reducing latency. Housing memory on chip is not a novel idea. It's new to IBM, but many of the large chip manufacturers in the AI space in particular are already utilizing onboard memory. Apple chips have onboard memory, which is frustrating because it's difficult to increase the size of your memory. So we're seeing more chip manufacturers develop chips of this architecture type. So the NorthPole chip is more efficient, better performance, and tests against prevalent architectures from IBM. And it's not suited for every application, but it's a step forward for specific AI applications. So yet another player in the AI chip space, which we should all be happy to see as to steer us away from an entirely NVIDIA-dominated AI chip future. Last piece is regarding AI safety and frontier risk and preparedness. In a new blog post from OpenAI, they have announced they're enhancing their approach towards catastrophic risk preparedness to ensure the safety of highly capable AI systems. They have a new team called Preparedness. This is led by Alexander Madry, and the goal is to manage potential severe risks posed by these frontier AI models as they continue to evolve. The Preparedness team will be instrumental, they say, in their capability assessment, evaluations, and internal red teaming for frontier models. They say, including those with AGI level capabilities. As a little teaser, maybe GPT-5 will have AGI level capabilities, but it's unknown if GPT-5 will have those AGI level capabilities, but it's likely that at some point in the next few decades, these kinds of capabilities will be emerging. So the Preparedness team will tackle a variety of catastrophic risks, including individualized persuasion, cybersecurity as well, chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear threats. So a risk-informed development policy, or RDP, is being developed by the Preparedness team to outline rigorous evaluations and monitoring procedures for frontier model capabilities, as well as establish governance structure for accountability and oversight. OpenAI has launched the AI Preparedness Challenge to identify less obvious risk areas and prevent catastrophic misuse. So the challenge offers up to $25,000 in API credits for up to 10 top submissions. You can submit an application to the AI Preparedness Challenge detailing your hypothetical use case, what your approach would be, how you would conduct an experiment, simulate this use, etc. And if you make it into the top 10 of applicants, you can get a ton of API credits, actually execute some of this research, and you may be invited to join the OpenAI preparedness team. That's all for this week. If you enjoyed, subscribe and tune in for another episode next week.